Welcome to a summary for the Land of Immigration seminar, a seminar that's historical in nature, conducted in Egypt from May 21st to 23rd, called by His Holiness Pope Tawadros, for those who are interested in service in the Land of Immigration. He called the bishops of the Land of Immigration of the Speaking Land, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, South Africa, Brazil, and Bolivia. He also called for each bishop to be joined with a senior and a junior priest, a senior and a junior servant. And I was honored to be one of the delegates coming with His Grace Bishop David. Last time, we summarized the first few sessions, and in today's, we are going to go through the rest. The next session was led by His Grace Bishop Yusuf, the Bishop of Bolivia. His Grace Bishop Yusuf spoke of the importance of evangelism, and he talked about the service of evangelism outside the United States, as well spoken by our Lord saying, "Go into the world and preach the gospel to every creature." This meaning of evangelism is simply someone who loves God and wants to share his love to humanity with all the people he knows. His Grace Bishop Yusuf of Bolivia quoted St. John Chrysostom by saying, "If you see a blind man who is about to fall in a hole, you can't stand without helping him. Of course, you will try to bring him back, not to fall down in the hole." His Grace Bishop Yusuf of Bolivia also spoke of several kinds of evangelism, one through media and the other through field ministry by visiting people in different countries who still do not know about Christ. And of course, he spoke about so many activities being done by youth from all over the diaspora coming to Bolivia to serve the Bolivian and to build their houses.
في ناس عايزه تغير الكالتشر بتاع المكان اللي بيكرس فيه. يقول احنا اتعودنا واحنا استلمنا واحنا خدنا. طبعا تغيير الكالتشر دوت مش بقول حاجه سهله او حاجه صعبه، لكن احنا مش بنغير كالتشر، احنا بنغير ناس. اديله المسيح، اعرفه المسيح، احببه في المسيح، فيتغير ويغير اللي حواليه ويغير كل حاجه، لدرجه ان احنا عندنا مجموعه يمكن الوقت بقى لها 8 سنين اسمها مجموعه مرمورس للترجمه من الشباب خريجين كليه الألسن واداب القسم الاسباني. هي ابتدينا بيها بمجموعه ترجمه من اللغه الانجليزيه او العربيه الى الاسبانيه، لكن دلوقتي بقت مجموعه بتخدم خدمه قرى وليها خدمه في حتت كتيره للناس القرى اللي هي البعيده جدا جدا باسم الأبروشية، وبناخد إذن طبعا من سيدنا. المجموعة دي جم ياخدوا بركة قداسة البابا بس، ويعني حتى ياخدوا بركة ويتصوروا. فسيدنا يمكن القعدة قعدنا ساعة ونص مع سيدنا، وكان قعدة طبعا ممتعة جدا. وفي الآخر خالص يعني حتى بيقول لهم مين حب يعني يروح بوليفيا. فطبعا قالوا هتعملوا إيه؟ فقالوا فعلا راح منهم 5 المجموعه دي كلهم بيتكلموا اسباني. انا قلت لقداسه البابا عملوا نهضه في البلد، يعني كانت نهضه فعلا. عملوا حاجات كتيره جدا جدا من حته اسم مصر والحضاره المصريه ونشأة الكنيسه المسيحيه في مصر، وطبعا اتعرض في ميدان عام، وكان في اكتيفيتيز كتيره غير القرى اللي احنا بنخدمها. كانوا بيروحوا يعملوا خدمات كتير لغايه السفير قال ممكن يسافروا ويعملوا نفس العرض دوت، بس طبعا ما كانش في وقت يعني. طبعا عملوا كان منظر مشرف جدا للكنيسه واولاد الكنيسه، وارتباط برضو ان يعرفوا ان في خدمه في البلاد دي. مهم جدا جدا ان احنا عايزين يبقى في معهد الكرازه، معهد متخصص يطلع كارزين، ناس بيحبوا الكرازه بيحبوا ربنا، يدرسوا ويعد مدرسين للمعهد دوت او اكليريكيه، بحيث ان وقت احنا مش عايز اقول بنعاني، لكن خايف اقول هنعاني من البلاد او الاماكن اللي ربنا بيفتح فيها واحنا مش هنلاقي لها خدام بعد كده. طبعا ناس كتير بتقول من نفس البلد اللي انا رحت لهم كانوا لسه عندهم 8 سنين 9 سنين، حاليا دلوقتي في الجامعه، وانا ما بستعجلش شويه يعني، ياخدوا راحتهم ويخلصوا عشان ما نندمش بعد كده. لكن ندي فرصه لاولادنا كانوا في امريكا في كندا في استراليا في اي حته وفي مصر ان يبقى في معهد يعد اعداد تام للكرازه بلغات كتيره جدا ومحتاجين الكلام دوت.
This was followed by a very interesting session. His Grace Bishop Sarabian of Los Angeles spoke of the relationship with different denominations and the societies in the land of immigration. This is probably was one of the most informative speeches given in that seminar, because His Grace Bishop Sarabian, with all the history that he is quite aware of because he is part of it since the inception of the bishopric in Los Angeles. He spoke of his activities with so many non-Copts but Christians, Protestant, Catholic, Oriental Orthodox and Eastern Orthodox. He even spoke about his work among the Jews and among the Muslims as well. His Grace Bishop Sarabian spoke about our message to these congregations that we need to give them the love and the respect in the Western countries so they know whom do belong to. There were many issues that need to still be resolved, His Grace Bishop Sarabian mentioned, in order to reach the unity of the churches.
إنما لما خرجنا بره وجدنا كل تعاون من الكنيسة الكاثوليكية ومن الكنائس البروتستانتية. فأنا مثلا لما خدمت في سويسرا كنت مقيم في دير كاثوليكي، وكنا كنائسهم بيقدموها لنا لما كنت بروح أصلي سواء في زيورخ أو في جنيف أو في لوزان. الحاجة الثانية إنه في مصر الكنيسة القبطية الكنيسة الأساسية، في الخارج بيبقى الكنائس الأخرى موجودة معانا حتى في نفس الشارع، فأصبح الاتصال أكثر، وخاصة برضو مع الاختلاط ومع الجوازات الزيجات المختلطة. أيضا في الخارج كل أنواع الكنائس موجودة.
That was followed by a speech by His Grace Bishop Daniel, Bishop of Sydney Diocese, and he was accompanied by delegates from his bishopric, Father Tedros Simon, Father Joshua Tedros, Mr. Magid Zaki, Mr. Ruby Sidaros, and Mrs. Samia Mikhail. Their speech was about the church's buildings and the legal issues, bylaws, and the needed policies in Sydney. The group mentioned that at this point in Sydney, they are required to have bylaws for anyone who deals with children, and they are being audited by the government of Australia itself. There was a recommendation related to this issue at the end of the presentation. This was followed by another session by His Grace Bishop Daniel, Bishop of St. Shenouda Monastery in Sydney. His Grace spoke about the consecrated life and monasteries in the land of immigration. His Grace also spoke about the biblical understanding on consecration and consecration according to the early fathers, importance and need of monasteries outside Egypt, and the obstacles that can hinder a consecrated life in these countries. The final presentation was given by His Grace Bishop Agathon, Bishop of Brazil, about the priest in the land of immigration, the focusing on service, the essential qualities, the factors facilitating and other hindering his service. And let us watch a small piece from Bishop Agathon's speech.
والحقيقة الخدمة طبعا كلنا نعرف هي رعاية، هي لازم نجيب النفوس. وكنت دايما أقول للناس اوعوا تفتكروا ان احنا خرجنا من مصر بس لحياة افضل. ده جزء صغير جدا ان احنا نخرج من مصر لحياة افضل من خطة كبيرة إلهية ربنا رسمها لنا وإحنا عايشين في المهجر. إحنا ربنا بعتنا علشان نكون نور للعالم وملح للأرض. ملح للأرض، والكتاب بيقول كده أنتم ملح الأرض وإذا فسد الملح فبماذا يملح؟ يعني إحنا لينا شغل، آباء الكهنة ليها شغل في الخدمة، والشعب نفسه ليه شغل داخل الكنيسة ونور للعالم. إحنا جايين نور للعالم. إحنا مش بس رايحين علشان خاطر ننشر الكنيسة الأرثوذكسية القوية الحلوة بتقاليدها بعقيدتها بطقوسها بألحانها بأسرارها. إحنا رايحين نوريهم صورة المسيح ورائحة المسيح الزكي. ده كل خادم مننا وكل أب بيخدم في المهجر. وده سر إن كنيستنا قوية بقى النهارده في العالم كله. لأني يعني مثلا أنا بخدم البرازيل دي فيها 200 مليون نسب وكلهم كسب. فيعني ما فيش احتياج إن هم يحولوا أو يكونفرت إن هم يبقوا أرثوذكس، لكن لازم أكيد يشافوا حاجة. فإحنا في خدمتنا عمرنا ما بنضغط على حد. عمرنا ما بنضغط على حد.
While the seminar discussed so many important issues, there is a lot of it that need to go back to the Holy Synod for final discussion and final approval. However, there were several recommendations, or call them suggestions, that came from the floor and from the seminar attendees. One of them is regarding the feast dates. There were two opinions. Keep the same or change to match the Western dates. I'm speaking of Nativity Feast. But there was an agreement to a large extent that we need to discuss that in much larger fora in order to reach a final decision. I understand that Coptic World will be conducting a worldwide survey to reach out to all the youth in the diaspora to learn of their interests. Another recommendation was regarding the adopting of the culture, using native language in all speeches, in liturgies, in meetings, and even in discussions. It's very clear that there was a large and very strong recommendation that priests from now on need to be ordained from within the native countries rather than imported from the mother church. Not because of their spirituality or anything, but rather because they understand the culture better. There was also a recommendation that there should be a Q&A books regarding the Coptic faith, and also, if possible, that the Holy Synod may publish their recommendations in the language of English and other languages as well. They also recommended authorizing one version of liturgy books to be used in all over the world rather than many versions. Regarding the training service, there was a recommendation that we need to create an institute for training for servants, for evangelism, as well as training for priests and bishops. Training also regarding culture of the new immigration land and methods of preaching, etc. For evangelism, they recommended that we need to create a video documentaries about the Orthodox faith in different languages. As far as the political media, there was a recommendation to assign dedicated media representative by region that communicate the official stand of the Coptic Church about current events and create a political awareness groups to inform the people about important issues or elections. For theological schools and seminaries, there is a need to sponsor candidates to study in theological schools to obtain PhDs and partner with existing boards of education in non-Coptic schools to help establish our own Coptic seminaries. There was also a discussion regarding medical and social controversial issues. For example, baptizing boys 40 days and baptizing girls 80 days after delivery. The girls having menstrual period, can they have communion or not? Regarding issues of medical controversy like vegetative states on ventilator. Ambassador Serapion, who is in charge of the Immigration Committee of the Holy Synod, promised that these will be discussed in Committee of Immigration, and if needed, they will invite doctors to give opinion. Finally, these episodes were prepared by CYC team in order for you to know how our Mother Church is thinking of us in the land of immigration. Not less than His Holiness the Pope himself, calling for a meeting with such elegance and such respect. A lot of bishops were there, both from within Egypt and certainly those outside Egypt. And there is a lot of priests and servants, and all with one goal: how to enhance service in the land of immigration. There was no limit or boundary to any topic to be discussed. Of course, I can't say we have final recommendations, but I can say to just discuss issues that were taboo before, that's a major climb in our Coptic Orthodox Church. I'm very hopeful that we will see a fruit within the next few years, that this fruit will grow to become a real tree in this land of immigration. I'm very happy that I was part of these delegates, and I wish you enjoyed what we presented to you. Please pray. Pray for His Holiness the Pope, and pray for the bishops, and pray for our priests and servants, for us to give us wisdom in order to lead our church better. Thank you, and see you soon.